Hello everyone. Yeah, I'm live and I've decided to look at a video for to do a video on a thing called maybe 10 wrestlers that Vince McMahon wants and maybe 10 wrestlers that Triple H wants. Well, I'm going to say this. I'm going to pick number 10, Vince McMahon wants, I don't know, he wants probably some good things on there. Probably a good thing on there, but maybe he wants Chris Jericho, but and when Mr. McMahon calls when Vince McMahon calls Chris Jericho, basically Chris usually heeds the call when it's like that. But I believe he's enjoying a bit too much. He's enjoying his commitments outside of WWE are just too great at this moment. I don't think it may occur. I don't think it will occur this year or next year, probably 2020, but it's going to be likely 2021 when Chris Jericho comes back to WWE. However, I do see Kenny Omega going straight to the main roster, and he comes in at number 10. And that will occur next year. Most likely next month. And oh yeah, not only that, Triple H wants some old school booking. But Vince, on the other hand, wants fart jokes. Fart and piss jokes. I was listening to a podcast from Jim Cornette. Yes, I am a diehard wrestling fan. And oh yeah. Man. Vince thinks the young audience wants some fart and piss jokes. Dude, fart and piss jokes do not go together in wrestling. Yes, there's usually Yes, there's usually comedic skits on there, but really I just don't think that's a good idea. Yes, I've seen what the indie scene and I've seen what the independents do for comedy skits, and they usually get it right because there's usually some self-awareness in them. However, what WWE's product as of late has had abysmal lows. Really. 3 weeks ago, I saw the ratings, and yeah, it's pretty unanimous. It's the lowest in the 21st century. And it's the second lowest of all time. The last time it was this low was in 1995. And those of you who were born in my generation, 95 in WWE and WCW was pretty much the year that it went in the absolute shitter. As in, it went straight to the shitter. I mean, basically, you had crappy bullshit of cartoon characters in 1995, which were utterly unrealistic. And I can tell you from firsthand, those cartoon guys are rather unwieldy, to put it politely. So, I want to know what you guys think about the product. So, what do you have to say about the absolute product of the indie scene outside of WWE? I'm saying it's absolute gold. I mean, it's a lot more wrestling-friendly content rather than just taking up with long, overly drawn promos from authority figures. I mean, I sometimes have to change the channel just to get to, you guessed it, have to sometimes, at times, change the channel just to get, you guessed it, some people, really wanting to, you know, doing a few, yeah, you know, outright bullshit. Which is like, yeah, let's do these jokes on there. So, my honest thing, Vince, yes, I respect him as a promotional genius. I mean, he did bring a regional wrestling company to the global dominance. Yet at the same time, I'm gonna have to say, he's a bit out of touch. So, want to tell you that I have a feeling we're going to do more. I have a feeling that when Triple H takes over, I have a feeling it may go back to being an old school promotion type of material, which I hugely respect out of it. I mean, I like his work as a wrestler, yes, I do admit. However, I do feel that we are going to see some sea changes within the next 2 years. Mainly because Mr. McMahon is focusing on XFL. And there's a pretty decent chance it will succeed this time around because really, the last time, those of you who were born in 1998 and younger, you're a bit too young to remember XFL, but until now. But really, when I grew up with it, it was an absolute hot refuse, you know? Not only that was it hot refuse, it was just god-awful. I mean, it was nowhere near as extreme. It was nowhere near as extreme as it should have been. Okay? I want to hear your thoughts on what I think will happen to wrestling in the next 2 years.